past 20 years, some of the highest profile FBI cases in the country were investigated right here in Kansas City. And one man who knows the real stories behind the headlines is retired Special Agent Jeff Lanza. And he's sharing some of those stories in a speaking engagement later on this week. But we're lucky enough to have you here to kind of give us a little preview. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Well, let's talk about some of these cases, because that's what really people, I think, want to hear. And one of the cases that we're talking about happened back on January 28th, 1998. Little newborn baby sleeping right next to her mom, just taken, kidnapped from the hospital. Now, what is it about that case you think that drew so much attention?
Well, because it puts the kid in the word kidnapping. The baby was only 8 hours old, and someone walked in right into the mother's room just a few hours after childbirth, took that baby and just walked right out of the hospital.
Yeah.
And so we showed up at the scene with really no leads. There were no good surveillance. No one really saw anything. But there was a snippet of surveillance video from Kansas University Medical Center Hospital from their parking lot, and we found it was a grainy picture with just their backs showing the people who took the baby. We put that out to the press, even though it didn't really show anything that was usable. North Kansas City Hospital called up. They said, we had a couple of strange people in our maternity ward last night as well. They pulled their security video, and that's how we identified the couple responsible. We got the baby back in 23 hours.
Yeah, that's really impressive, and it really kind of shows that, you know, you never know what people might see.
Absolutely.
And what might trigger their memory when they see a picture or video or something.
And that's exactly what happened in this particular case.
Yeah.
Right. We got that baby back, reunited it with its mother, and baby Carly still lives in the area. She's a great kid. I met her not too long ago.
Well, you know, 10 years later, she kind of got reunited with the agents that helped find her.
Absolutely.
Another big case here, this one should be familiar to a lot of people. Robert Courtney, the pharmacist who pleaded guilty, admitted to diluting some 98,000 prescriptions.
Yeah, 4,200 patients were affected by those dilutions over a period of over a decade, almost 16 years actually. He diluted cancer medication and other medications. Everything he can possibly dilute, he diluted. And now he's in jail for over 30 years. But it was a sad case for Kansas City because a trusted profession like a pharmacist, you know, diluting these medications and all these patients that were affected by that. Some people died that had cancer that who knows if they may have survived that if they had gotten the proper treatment.
Right, right. That's scary to think about. So you're going to be talking about a lot of these cases. You know, Kansas City, some of the stories that have come out of our community over the last 20 years are just these incredible stories. Unfortunately, so many of them have been solved because of the hard work of the FBI.
Well, we live in a great community, and every community does have its criminal element, and we have a great law enforcement department here with the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, Overland Park, and others. FBI works really hard to keep the community safe. But unfortunately, we've had some pretty high-profile cases here, but all the law enforcement agencies working together to solve those. But the public might want to hear about the inside story to some of these cases, which I'll be talking about on Thursday.
Absolutely. Well, I think FBI agent, your job must be so interesting. And if you want to hear more from Jeff Lanza, there's the information. He's going to be speaking on Thursday at the Plaza Branch Library. You can call that number, 816-701-3407, for more information. Jeff, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
So nice to meet you.